All right, our next segment involves brief overviews, again, of the ETSU Innovation Lab, followed by the Angel Capital Network and the Accelerator. So we'll start with Dr. Audrey DePolto, who is the Interim Director of the ETSU Innovation Lab. Hopefully we will get mic'd up properly. And if you want to get some audio out to the, on that's the one that gets you. And then probably, unless you're going to talk real loud, you can kind of stand in the area of this microphone.
All right. Yes, please do. Well, can you hear me? While Jeff is setting up my slideshow, I just wanted to go off track a little bit. All my friends and family are in the Northeast. My thoughts, my prayers, my intentions are with them. Some have electricity, some have flooding, some don't have electricity. A tree fell on one of my sister's fence, almost injured one of her horses. The reason I'm bringing that up today is because every day I set my intent. What am I here to do? So my intent today is to contribute to the people in the Northeast that are going through this horrendous storm. They're still in the midst of it. And it hits me deep in my heart because last year in Hurricane Irene, I lost my godson as the only fatality to Hurricane Irene in the state of New Hampshire. So every time that there's a hurricane, I get a little bit concerned. And that's in my space today. But I know that if I set my intent, just like everybody else in this room, as we contribute locally across the state and to our national economy, and as we're committed to economic development, we are helping our fellow citizens. Start my talk. Okay. For those of you who don't know, we're the ETSU Innovation Lab on West Market Street. We are an off-campus facility. An idea between Dr. Jim Hales and Dr. Paul Stanton in the late 1990s. They said if Stanford could have a business incubator, why can't ETSU? And then fortunately in 2002, we were, through a military surplus grant, we were awarded some land and a facility that was renovated. So in 2002, 10 years ago, we are celebrating our 10th anniversary this week. We have been open. I know you said that this is my clicker, but is it working?
Well, it's working, but
all right.
you need the nods. I'll take care of it.
So maybe I'm just pressing the wrong thing.
Are you trying this one right here?
I did. Oh, I guess I didn't press hard enough. Okay, so we have a mission. And I'm going to ad-lib this mission because I want to bring it a step further. We are to partner with entrepreneurs and investors to effect the successful establishment of technology-based startups and spin-off companies. Our goal is to create jobs, enhance economic development within the region. We want to keep the best and the brightest here at home in Johnson City. And I am going to be talking about our companies because I feel like if I highlight the companies that we have at the Innovation Lab, you'll be able to get a feel of what we're doing in the region. The first one I'm going to talk about is Solid State Lighting Services. They are a husband and wife team, 2 PhDs from the University of Santa Barbara in California, and they work and do research on organic and LEDs, which is the light-emitting diode lights. They are consultants to the DOE. They are considered some of the LED and organic LED specialists in the country. So they've been with us just about a year and a half. Our next company is Renewable Algal Energy. I'm just going to say a little bit about them today because we're going to have their CFO, Victor Allen, talk about them a little bit. But they're providing sustainable solutions to make microalgae a robust and economical source, not only for biofuels, but for animal feeds and for nutraceuticals as well. We are so proud of them because they have received phase 1, 2, and 3 of SBIR grants from the Department of Energy. Out of all of the SBR money that has come into the state of Tennessee, they've brought about 10% of that money in. So I am honored to be able to say that I'm sharing an economic development and a business development adventure with this company, and we'll hear more from Victor a little bit later. We have Yasso Health. Yasso has been around for a while. They are a nutraceutical business that specializes in disease-specific and condition-specific nutraceuticals. So for instance, if someone has cystic fibrosis, if you know the health condition of cystic fibrosis, they get a lot of mucus. They have a lot of mucus in their lungs, but also they have mucus plugs in that duct that goes from the pancreas to the small intestines. So a lot of times they don't get those digestive enzymes that they need. They have a water-soluble formula for different disease-specific conditions such as cystic fibrosis that these patients can actually absorb and digest the nutrients and the vitamins and minerals. They, in 2011, we're really proud of them, came up with 2 new products, and this year they are actually in clinical trials for another product. So they are always pivoting, looking for more conditions. This one right here, I'm not at liberty to say what it is, but it is going to be amazing. We have Microbac TCD. Now, some of you may know that there is a company known as Microbac TCD here in Johnson City. Last November, they entered the Innovation Lab because we're taking them because they are pivoting in a new area. And they have never done the food industry before. They have focused on environmental conditions. So somebody can bring a sample of the brook water in their yard to see whether or not it has any contaminants or any bacteria, and they do that. But they are also now going to look for E. coli, salmonella, listeria, things that could affect the food industries at the supermarket level, restaurant level, farmers markets level, etc. So we are helping them as they are pivoting in this new area. Our most recent tenant, and we have 2 different types. We have the in-house tenants and we have the affiliate tenants, is Microbac Healthcare Services. This is brand new. They looked at 12 different states at about 50 different labs before they chose Johnson City. And they have already, I think right now the numbers are up since July when they started. They have created 12 to 13 new jobs right here in town. They are a 24-hour service. They serve a lot of the local and non-local MDs. MDs from Kentucky, Virginia, North Carolina, from different parts of Tennessee. If they have a biopsy or a blood sample that they want to have tested, they can come to these labs and have a 24 to 48-hour turnaround time. You can see they have dermatology, different prostate, gynecological, blood work, serum work, so they test a wide variety, and we're really proud of them, and they're just growing in leaps and bounds. Now, we also have a few other things. The Tennessee Small Business Development Center, and I think I saw Dr. Bob Justice in the back. I am happy to be able to partner on a day-to-day basis with him, and I'll talk about that a little bit more. We have curriculum being developed for first responders in case of emergencies. We have what we call PEARL, the Psychoelectrophysiology and Research Laboratory. A psychiatrist professor from Quinlan College of Medicine is doing research on brain injuries and or brain diseases such as Alzheimer's disease. And though I have Excel now, Dave Lawrence is going to be talking. Most of their offices are in Borler, and they have a wonderful facility there, but we were very happy to have him have an office there and to work with him on a daily basis as well. We have affiliate members. For $100 a month, a person who wants to use our address, our post office, our assistance we could have them become an affiliate member. They could use our boardroom, our training center, etc. Recently, Edamar, who has kit books, and they are for training, hands-on training in the STEM education. I had meet with one of our board members who works for the TVA, and we had a wonderful luncheon, and now my board member from the TVA is working hand in hand with them for the possibility of TVA being able to buy some of these kit books to donate to regional schools. And we have Keller Ferguson and Associates, who does do grant writing. Recently, thanks to a TVA grant, and also this is where I want to talk about Bob Justice again, we created a faculty, staff, and student entrepreneur center. So there was a question in the back, is how do you motivate faculty? I have presented in front of Staff Senate and Faculty Senate to let them know that this room is now up and running. Dr. Justice has donated 3 brand new Dell computers. We have the workspace for them. We also have a little right brain space over here, because a lot of times ideas come out in conversation. So tomorrow I have a student who has an idea. I don't even know what the idea is, but I am there to help him grow it. I also have a staff member who is working on bacteriophages, which are natural in nature, and he's doing research to see whether or not it could be an alternative to some of the antibiotics, because we're creating these superbugs. He's working on some 50-year-old research that is coming out of Russia. Last year we had a rainstorm. This is taken from the front door. You might recognize the Boys and Girls Club right across the street. We had the double rainbow, and I just had to put this because it doesn't matter if your goal is over here or over there. There are resources in Johnson City with Excel Now, the TSBDC, help from the Washington County Economic Development Council, the incubator, to really help to fulfill these dreams. There was a question that I also heard about high school students. Last year we had the opportunity to host Boone High School, the junior and senior class that were in business development. We are open. We have a wonderful, and I have one of our clients right here, but they open up their labs, their offices, and they do explain. So it's, again, a different resource if you have students or high school students that are interested in entrepreneurship. We're a great place to visit. And also, one of the things to go with this faculty and student, I am working with Chris Cummings out of Vanderbilt, and Michael knows him really well. They have created an environment where they have engineering, medical students, science students, business students help faculty put together their business plan. So an idea that we are working with is, can we create something very similar? Can we create the business students, the science students? We don't have an engineering department, but we could probably piggyback with the engineering school to help to create a business plan and a business model with the ideas that some of our faculty have. With that, I think I've taken up my time. Does anyone have any questions? I have some handouts here, business cards. If anybody needs anything, I'm here to help.